GOL. This is one of the most iconic cars in Brazil. The best-selling car in Brazil for 27 years was manufactured until 2022, and in 2023 it was replaced by the Polo Track, the new entry-level car from Volkswagen do Brasil. The GOL was created in the early 1980s to replace the Fusca, another success of the brand. The development of GOL began in 1976 and until 1980 consumed $350 million at the time. The GOL Quadrado, as the first models became known, was produced between 1980 and 1994. In September 1994, the G2 model was launched, better known as GOL Bolinha, and considered a second generation of the model. The GOL G2 maintained its popularity and continued to be one of the best-selling cars in Brazil during the 1990s. Launched in 1999, the third-generation GOL used an elongated version of the previous version's platform, known as Bolinha. The GOL G3 was manufactured between 1999 and 2005. G3 brought more modern airs to the hatch and, for the first time, a four-door option. Volkswagen invested in several special editions for the third generation. One can highlight the GOL in honor of the 2002 World Cup. Volkswagen, on its 50th anniversary of operations in Brazil, decided to launch the country's first flex-fuel car. In 2003, the GOL was chosen to be the first flex-fuel vehicle in Brazil. The public became aware of this technology and was able to choose their fuel, gasoline, or ethanol. Since then, more than 40 million flex-fuel cars have been sold in the country. The Volkswagen GOL G4 was launched in Brazil in 2005. The G4 arrived with lower quality materials and a simplistic look inside the car. After that, in 2008, GOL G5 was launched in Brazil. Despite being known as the fifth generation of GOL, this was, in fact, the third platform change. The GOL G5 was known for a major change in relation to the previous model, changing its design, platform, and new architecture. In 2008, the year of the fifth generation, 285,000 GOL were sold, compared to 197,000 Fiat Palio. The Volkswagen GOL had a facelift in 2013, which is popularly known as the G6. This facelift brought a global design concept used by Volkswagen, which made the car's lines similar to the Fox and Jetta, for example. The GOL G6 resolved some of the G5's engineering flaws, and its appearance was well received. For many people, it is one of the most beautiful models in the history of the compact, and being a GOL, it is easy to negotiate on the used car market. Despite this, in 2014, the Fiat Palio achieved the highest number of sales. As a result, the German automaker needed to respond to the market. Thus, in 2016, Volkswagen do Brasil launched the GOL G7. The main features of the model were fuel economy and connectivity. From its Generation 7 onwards, the GOL became much more technological and started to offer multimedia as an optional item. The GOL G7 1.0 also began to be sold with a three-cylinder engine, called EA211, that was already present in the Fox and Up. The GOL G7 was sold between 2016 and 2018 until giving way to the eighth generation. In 2018, the GOL gained, for the first time, the option of a 6-speed automatic transmission. The model also received larger headlights, similar to those used in the Volkswagen Savero, another model of the brand in the country. It was the last facelift of the model in the country before the last edition version. The last edition series ends 42 years of history of the best-selling car in Brazilian history. All 1,000 last edition cars were manufactured in sunset red paint color. 350 units were exported to other countries in South America, and 650 will be sold in Brazil. In Brazil, The latest GOL is equipped with a 1.0 aspirated engine with 84 CV and 10.3 KEFM, a limitation due to emissions rules that came into force in 2022. The 1.6 engine with 101 GP is present in units for export to countries such as Argentina and Uruguay. The GOL was the best-selling car in Brazil from 1987 to 2013. It lost to the Fiat Palio in 2014. This car is historically the most manufactured, most sold, and most exported car in the history of Brazil. The hatchback was discontinued after 42 years and 8.5 million cars produced. With all this history, it is safe to say that the GOL is the most important model in Volkswagen's history in the country. It is also one of the most iconic models in Brazil.